When daylight fades, some places transform, not into shadows, but into something far more sinister. Places where people vanish, voices echo from nowhere, and the air grows colder without warning. These are places you should never visit after dark. Tonight, we'll walk through doors most would never open. Are you ready to see what lurks when the world goes dark? Location: the Old Briarwood Asylum, northeastern Pennsylvania. Nestled just outside the forgotten town of Ellersfield, the Briarwood Asylum casts its shadow over a once thriving mining community. Today, Ellersfield barely holds 800 residents. Most homes are shuttered. The local diner's been for sale for 12 years. But the asylum? That's never empty. Not really. By day, the massive brick structure is a graffiti-covered husk. Urban explorers with shaky GoPros try their luck. Most leave with nothing but moldy shoes and weak excuses, but once night falls, the building becomes something else. Locals say the windows watch you back. Originally opened in 1902, Briarwood was meant to be a modern marvel of mental health care. Instead, it became a warehouse for the unwanted. Patients were forgotten here, and so were the dead. Local interview.
My cousin went in on a dare, came back with 3 long scratches down his back. No one was near him.
Visitors describe flickering lights in rooms with no electricity, voices calling their names in empty hallways, scratches, bruises, even nausea that hits only inside the main ward. The town has tried to demolish it twice. Each time, funding disappears or accidents delay it. One demolition worker suffered a seizure while removing asbestos insulation. When asked what he remembered, he just said, "I heard screaming, and it wasn't from outside." Today, even local police won't go in without backup. Whatever was locked away in Briarwood never left, and it doesn't like visitors. Location: Deadman's Hollow, near McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Just outside of Pittsburgh, where the Youghiogheny River bends sharply through a tangle of woods and overgrown trails, lies a forest preserve known to hikers and locals as Deadman's Hollow. The name isn't just for show. By day, it looks like any peaceful trail system: ferns, wildflowers, the occasional family with a stroller or dog in tow. But by night, it becomes something else entirely. Phones die, GPS glitches, and the silence gets too quiet. Deadman's Hollow got its name from a supposed murder in the 1800s, when a group of thieves fought over stolen loot and left one man hanging from a tree. The body swayed there for days, until locals found it. But that wasn't the only tragedy. Fires, industrial accidents, and strange disappearances have marked the land since.
I heard something breathing right next to me, deep, like it had lungs the size of a bear. But when I turned, nothing was there.
Paranormal claims include shifting paths that lead hikers in circles, pale figures spotted between the trees, whispers in languages no one recognizes, the sound of heavy footsteps that never catch up. Some even say time feels off here. One man reported being in the forest for 20 minutes, only to return and find his car coated in frost and his watch reading 3:17 a.m. Local businesses avoid placing signs near the trailhead. One retired sheriff even told a reporter,
"We stopped responding to calls from there at night. If they don't come out by dark, they don't come out."
Some forests feel alive. This one feels hungry. Location: Emily's Bridge, Stowe Hollow, Vermont. Tucked into the green, misty hills near the quiet town of Stowe is a wooden structure known officially as Gold Brook Covered Bridge. But ask anyone local, and they'll give you the name, whispered more often: Emily's Bridge. Stowe is a charming town. It draws skiers in the winter and leaf peepers in the fall. Its population hovers around 5,000. Friendly folks, small shops, postcard perfect homes. But this one bridge doesn't make it into the brochures. During daylight, it's just a rustic relic, an Instagram backdrop. But after dark, something else walks across the planks. Legend has it, Emily was a young woman in the 1800s who planned to elope. Her lover never showed. In heartbreak or fury, she hanged herself from the bridge's rafters. Since then, travelers at night report she's still there, waiting. Local tour guide:
You'll be halfway across and hear your name, even if you're alone. Some cars stall. Some people scream without knowing why.
Over the years, witnesses have described claw marks appearing on cars that park on the bridge, a girl's screams echoing beneath the beams, cold hands pressing against shoulders from behind, lights flickering for no reason when photographing the area. One paranormal team claims to have recorded an EVP, a voice saying "get out," followed by a scream so loud it fried part of their mic they didn't return. Stowe's town board has made efforts to limit late-night access. Local police now routinely patrol the bridge area after reports of trespassers or disturbances. One officer confided, off record,
"We stopped going alone, especially after one guy went missing for 3 hours. Said he just blinked."
They call it the crossing for more than one reason. Some say it's time that crosses. Others say it's you. Location: the Hinsdale House, Hinsdale, New York. In the rolling countryside of western New York, near the small rural town of Hinsdale, population just under 2,000, sits a white 2-story farmhouse. You'd never give it a second look unless you knew what happened inside. This house looks ordinary. The grass is cut. The porch still creaks like any old home. But something beneath the floorboards remembers everything. Originally built in the 1800s, the Hinsdale House first drew attention in the 1970s when the Dandy family moved in. What followed was a storm of unexplainable horrors. Objects levitating, shadowy figures, violent poltergeist activity, and full-body apparitions. It got so bad a priest was brought in for an exorcism. It didn't work. Eventually, the family fled. But the house didn't calm down. Former visit.
We saw claw marks appear in real time. They went across the wall like something invisible had hands. I blacked out for 3 hours. My camera kept rolling. When I watched it back, I was just standing, staring at the wall.
Today, the house is privately owned and used for paranormal investigations. And investigators don't always make it through the night. Some report audible growling from inside the walls, doors that slam hard enough to crack plaster. Rooms that drop 20 degrees in seconds. The sound of children crying from the attic, though no one's lived here in years. Some houses wait for new owners. Others choose them. These aren't movie sets. They're real. Scattered across back roads, tucked behind trees, hiding in plain sight. Some were once homes. Some tried to heal. But all of them remember what we'd rather forget. We tell ourselves it's just our imagination, that buildings can't breathe, that footsteps can't echo without a source, that we're always alone. But what if they can? What if we aren't? So if you're ever driving and see a forest that feels too quiet, a house with one light flickering at 3 a.m., or a bridge you almost crossed before turning back, trust that feeling. Let us know in the comments which place gave you chills. And if you've ever stepped somewhere the air turned cold for no reason, you might have already crossed into the unknown. Still curious? Then subscribe and step deeper into the dark with us. Drop a comment if you've ever felt something you couldn't explain. And if you've been to one of these places, we want to hear everything. Subscribe for more haunted history. Share your eerie encounters in the comments. Like if you'd visit, or know a place that should be featured next. Tell us below. Because the unknown doesn't sleep, and neither do we. This is a